Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to learn how to unlearn our fat phobia with one of my favorite creators that we haven't checked in with in a while, Splotchmaker. It's been a while since I watched a Splotchmaker unlearn my fat phobia. It's been a while. We're also going to be taking a look at a couple of bonus clips from Splotchmaker, as well as another creator complaining about the BMI. I recently started up a Facebook page. Please be sure to follow me over there. There's a link in the description box, along with a link to my Instagram and my Discord. And if you would like to join channel memberships, there should be a join button below. If you do not see the join button, it might be because you're viewing this video from a browser on mobile. Try viewing it through the mobile app or from a browser on desktop. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache. Hit me with the hot tracks, Splotchy, yeah.
If you are fat and on a self-love journey, a confidence journey, an unlearning journey,
I am?
I have one simple thing you can just do right now that can literally retrain your brain to unlearn fat phobia.
A full frontal ice pick lobotomy.
And that is to follow fat positive influencers online.
Oh, so basically the same thing. That's not really helping me unlearn, okay? You need to sever some connections up in there.
I'm talking try-on hauls, lifestyle vlogs, like even just makeup content or anything.
Okay, what? How? How does watching a person living in a larger body, putting on makeup, help me unlearn my fat phobia, man?
Because you'll find people who are your size and bigger, and
Right.
you'll see them on your timeline every day, and you'll go, wow, they're so pretty.
Uh-huh. Are we trying to make ourselves feel better in comparison? Because you said follow people your size and bigger. So it's important to unlearn your fat phobia by comparing yourself to people that are larger than you so you feel better about it. Are you sure this is helping us unlearn our fat phobia? I might actually believe that you're body positive or believe in fat liberation or whatever if you weren't doing all the same stupid crap that people normally do, like comparing themselves to others and trying to make themselves feel better. Like Amber Lynn going to a restaurant and being like, that girl's even bigger than me. Like always trying to point out somebody that's bigger than themselves to make themselves feel better. That doesn't sound body positive. That doesn't sound like fat liberation or acceptance, really.
They're so pretty, and they're living their life to the fullest, you know? They're so pretty.
They're so pretty. So we are caught up on the way that people look, and it does matter. Okay. And we also want to be pretty. Right. But you're following them specifically because they're larger than you. I did catch that part.
They're so cool. And then your mind will start to think, I'm fat.
I'm cool. Hey, they're cool and they're fat. I also am cool. And I'm not as large as they are, so that really makes me feel better. I'm sorry to go there, but when you mention stuff like that, it stands out to me. I'm always trying to look deeper into stuff, man. It's annoying. You wouldn't want to hang out with me. I'm like, oh yeah? Is that why you did that? Or did you do that because your mother was never around? Is this why nobody came to my birthday party? I'm sorry. Get it together.
Maybe I could be pretty too.
Maybe I could be pretty too, dog. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe I can live my life to the fullest right now as a fat person.
If there are people fatter than me in my feet, I'm sorry. I'm going to just keep harping on that.
That's all you gotta do. It worked for me, it works for so many others. Follow a bunch of fat positive people.
Okay, so to unlearn our fat phobia, we need to follow our fellow fat creators, often people that are larger than ourselves, so we can be like, hey, they're living their best lives. They look like me. I could live my best life. Hey, very deep. Hey, that looks like me, and it has value. I have value? What? By the way, if you have ever been featured in any of my videos, I am offering you free weight loss advice. If you have ever been in any of my videos and you hit me up on Instagram, I will literally help you lose weight for free. So there's your open invitation. Next. All right, so this one has some kind of music playing in it. Let's see. I see you in my mind. Something, 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 something intertwined. Dun, 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 dun. All right, hold on. I should probably read the text. It says, it's hard being fat, and not for the reason society thinks. The constant heart attacks. It's dehumanizing to know that whenever you are in public, you'll be people's thank God I'm not that big. I am so glad that this clip just came up after that last clip. Hopefully there's nobody else in the room larger than you, because you'll be looking at them and thinking, thank God I'm not that big. I may be morbidly obese, but I'm not that morbid. It's isolating knowing most people aren't safe spaces and cheer on endless pursuits of thinness. Most people aren't safe spaces, and they do cheer on endless pursuits of thinness. Endless pursuits of thinness? Settle down, okay? Please. Getting a little dramatic with the verbiage here, huh? Endless pursuits of thinness. That makes it sound like your homies are just like on all these bizarre, crazy quests. Your friends always going rock climbing and doing Ironman triathlons constantly and stuff. You're like, God damn, calm down, bro. Endless pursuits of thinness. Imagine if you worded the way that larger people ate in a similar way to how they word you trying not to be obese. You're like, your endless pursuits of obesity, that's why you ate 10,000 calories in one day. It works both ways. So people that you know aren't a safe space. What you mean is that they have free will and sometimes they criticize you for your actions. You want a friend who just unabashedly accepts whatever you do without any sort of question. It's hard being something that is seen as a moral failing. It's hard being something that's seen as a worst-case scenario. That's all. Okay, this whole post is just about how you think that other people perceive you. The part where you said it's dehumanizing to know that whenever you're in public, you'll be people's thank God I'm not that big. You don't know what people are thinking. Here's them walking down the street. Oh man, all these people are judging me because I'm living in a larger body. Did you see that dude glance at me for half a second over there? Man, I know that he's thinking all kinds of horrible stuff. What a piece of garbage, that guy. And then the dude walking down the street. God, I wish I was dead. Hey, look, a larger person. God, I still wish I was dead. The way that guy just glanced at me, I think he wants me dead. God, I wish I was dead. It's hard being something that's seen as a worst-case scenario. That's all. Well, you don't know how people perceive you, like I said. Some song I haven't heard before. Yeah, right, so that was weird. Once again, we're assuming that people on the street are paying a lot more attention to us than they are. Next.
There is a big weight loss trend happening right now.
There is? Oh, that's good. I love to see people better themselves and lose a little... Cut that crap out. What kind of an idiot would lose weight? Out of here with that.
As there kind of always is. So I wanted to hop on and say you don't have to join them.
Oh, thank God. Thank you. Thank you for that. I was halfway there to actually starting to put in effort, perhaps one day, maybe. So thank you for permission to not do that. That was gonna suck.
You don't have to join people in shrinking their bodies in pursuit of an arbitrary beauty standard.
Shrinking your body is an arbitrary beauty standard, but not, putting on makeup and dressing ourselves up in various other ways. That part is just fine. It's just the part where we have to do stuff that is not acceptable.
It's not sustainable, and there are much, much better ways to pursue health than just shrinking your body.
Oh, yeah? How? How are you going to alleviate your knee pain and your hypertension and your high blood sugar levels if you don't shrink your body? If I ever start up a weight loss program, I'm going to call it Shrink Your Body, just to stick it to these people. I'm starting a weight loss camp called Camp Fat Liberation, where you can go to shrink your body intentionally. I'm joking, but I'm kind of not joking. One day, I swear I do want to do that. Maybe we should start a GoFundMe or something. Not sure how much money it would take to get the ball rolling on that, but I would go there and do that. We could film that. It would be a series, dude. I'll start another channel. We'll film a whole series of me helping people lose weight. And I would love to get all of the big YouTubers on there, man. Amberlynn, Nick Ocado. I don't know if you could have those two in the same room. I think Nick Ocado hates Amberlynn. He's always taking jabs at her. His shirt that says, "It's just water weight," I'm pretty sure that's a jab at Amber. Nick is actually funny, dude. He's really funny.
And if you are wanting to pursue thinness in pursuit of beauty,
That's dumb. Beauty comes from makeup and clothes, dummy.
Really examine and interrogate where these standards come from.
Sometimes it can be a real internal struggle interrogating different parts of your mind. Maybe losing weight isn't that bad. Maybe these people look pretty good. What? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Fat phobia inside of my own prefrontal cortex? No. Maybe intentional weight loss is a good thing. Maybe I've been wrong all this time. What? No, you idiot! This is fat phobic as hell! I think I can do it. Maybe I could do anything I put my... Whew. I hate to have to do that. But sometimes there's only room for a medulla oblongata up in this brain. That was pretty dumb, huh? I'm sorry.
A lot of it has rooting in white supremacy.
Oh boy. Woo! Woo! There we go. All right. Okay.
And be really aware of who you're excluding in that pursuit of beauty.
Fat people? In my pursuit of beauty, I'm excluding other people. Excluding them in what way? If I want to get thin for my own benefit, I'm not doing anything to anybody else. Just because I'm going to try to lose weight and stuff doesn't mean that I can't hang out with Joanne because she's living in a larger body. That was never part of my weight loss journey, to stop hanging out with larger people or whatever. So I don't know what you're talking about, exclusion.
Thinness is not the be-all, end-all. It is not an indicator of living a great life.
Yeah, it is. Once I lost the weight, dude, my entire life turned around and I never looked back. I know you don't want to hear it.
Being fat does not mean you are going to live a bad life, or a life that is in any way less good than a thin person.
Well, you do seem to be living your best life the way you get on TikTok and complain constantly about people giving you a hard time for your weight, and you constantly having to look at people that are larger than yourself to feel better.
Outside of systemic discrimination. If we continue to fight these biases and fight...
Biases. Oh man, I haven't heard that one in forever, dude. I need to check in on her more often. Classic.
Against these arbitrary standards, they will begin to crumble.
Right. So if you complain on TikTok enough, all of a sudden society isn't going to find thinness or other signs of health to be attractive anymore because you complained on TikTok a lot. Be the change that you want to see in the world, I guess.
And they already have.
Yeah, we did topple all of those beauty standards. We sure did, just now. Oh man, you guys will just like try to put whatever buzzwords into there that you can to make it so that you cannot be questioned. This is rooted in this, and this. It's colonialism, it's imperialism, it's systemic, blah, 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 it's this, that, and the other thing. It's tied into ableism and racism and all this other stuff. Like, you're literally just trying to tie yourself to any other movement to try to make yourself unquestionable. Next. All right, and this one she's singing along to another song that I don't know. It goes, round and round, satellite. Wah, wah, wah. Dun, dun, dun. It says, it's okay to grieve the life diet culture sold you. Grieve thinness. Embrace yourself. Grieve the life the diet culture sold you. So we should cry because we couldn't lose weight, right? That's what I'm getting from that. You were sold on the idea of weight loss as it being like a completely life-changing event and all this stuff, and that's completely valid, but perhaps what you weren't sold on is a proper diet and exercise. Nobody provided that. This reminds me of that video that I made a long time ago, Grieving the Thin You, where that person was talking about like giving up on the idea of ever being thin and grieving it. Alright, so Splotchmaker is singing the song to us whilst we read these very deep words. Grieve thinness, embrace yourself. Grieving the parts of yourself that never were. Oh man, come on. Yep, that was something. Next.
Fatphobia and ableism go hand in hand. This culture of ableism that we have makes people feel entitled to other people's bodies.
I don't know about that. I don't know how fat phobia is tied into ableism. Ableism and fat phobia go hand in hand. So if ableism is discrimination in favor of able-bodied people, then you're saying that fat people are not able-bodied. You're just as disabled as a person in a wheelchair because living in a larger body is not bad for you at all, right? Like you've also said. Fat people can do anything that anybody else can do, and the only thing holding them back is systemic oppression, which is why you're comparing them to people who are not able-bodied. Okay. So it's not the systemic yada 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 holding you back. It's your own body. Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
And makes people feel like they can look at and judge and pick apart and know you better than you know you.
Alright, I think we might have seen that last one before, but it doesn't matter because it was pretty short. Now we're going to take a look at a bonus clip of somebody complaining about the BMI. A classic. She's going to be doing this all sarcastic-like, though, so that's extra fun.
I'm gonna create a gym class that is so toxic. You call them boobs, I call them excuses.
Right, so you were in a gym class one time and said, I can't do that exercise because of my boobs or something?
There's no such thing as body types. Inside everyone is an 1830s Victorian man.
Okay, so they're trying to make fun of the BMI, saying that it's only relevant to an 1830s Victorian man.
If you look around the world, you'll see that people in one area may be much more stocky, and people in another area might be much more chubby, and people in another
Spit it out.
area might be much more slender, and I'm here to tell you, you're wrong.
So you're saying that people are all different sizes based on their geographical location. Yeah, you know how sometimes like one area has a bunch of stocky people, that area over there has a bunch of thin people, that area over there has a bunch of fat people. It's all based on the area that they're in, not the fact that they're all eating the same or anything.
They're actually all the same. Who?
They are all the same, and if they eat the way that you eat, they will have the same result. No matter where you go in the world, if somebody eats the way that you are eating, they will get the same result. You are not processing calories any differently than anybody else, no matter how much you keep telling yourself that. If you were to ship a bunch of food to those starving kids in Africa, due to their genetic makeup, they would continue to starve. It's really messed up. So if you were to go to an area where everyone is thin, would you reap the benefits? Would you eventually absorb the culture of thinness, and become thin?
Ready to be humiliated by a dodgeball professor. Too bad, it's gonna happen anyway. If you just do enough squats, you will turn into a Victorian man.
Yep, I'm sure people told you all this stuff. It really ain't that deep. None of the BMI is like custom suited to a man or somebody who is Victorian at all. It's actually some pretty simple equations. We're just doing like a height by weight type of scenario here. It's really not that deep. And the range for what is considered a healthy BMI is so vast that if you are outside of it, dude, that's all on you. You can be pretty fat and still be what is considered normal in the BMI range.
You'll get a walking stick in the mail and everything. Do you hate yourself? Would you like to hate yourself in a more organized fashion?
Do you hate reality? Do you avoid the mirror and the scale? The problem might be with you, not with the mirror or the scale. If you see reality as oppressive, it's because you're living in a world of delusions.
Well, let me introduce you to the BMI.
Yeah, reality. Let me introduce you to reality. You thought everything was chill. It was not chill, according to these calculations.
It's like Excel for self-loathing.
It's like a good way to measure whether or not you need to make some adjustments to your lifestyle. Alright, and that's the last clip. So that was bizarre. She was trying to be all funny and sarcastic and say that the BMI is only relevant to an 1830s Victorian man. That is true. Back in the 1830s, a man was made out of completely different material than we are today. So it's not relevant anymore. We're not even the same people anymore. Back in those days, human beings used to have an extra arm coming out of their neck. So why would that scale even be relevant today? It's not like we're the same exact people that we were back then or anything. I don't know why I'm talking like this. 2 bits for $1. Yeah, we're gonna do some weight loss, see? A wise guy. Yeah. So hopefully today you have unlearned your fat phobia with that first clip, as well as unlearned a bunch of other stuff with all those other clips. And hopefully your journey of unlearning was complete with that final clip that taught you to unlearn the BMI and common sense. The only way that I can possibly think of to unlearn harmful things and better myself is by subscribing to this channel. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.